Welcome back to the Social Diary with me, Conchita Lillian, and my co-host, Maina.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I'm doing well.
Today is very political, and let me tell you, during politics, I'd rather have someone in the political, circle.
Yes.
So now we're gonna move on swiftly, and this one also is, like I said, really great news for some people. Now, when Kiunjuri was fired by the president, by President Uhuru Kenyatta, Muigai, lazima tuweke hiyo, His Excellency, as the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary, he said he will remain independent and firm, even as he promised not to go anywhere. Now, this week, Mr. Kiunjuri launched his party, which is, that is the new, the party called it's called the Service Party.
Yeah.
That is TSP, and pledged to champion the interests of Kenyans at the political high table. During the unveiling of his new party, he said, and I quote, "We are aware that this journey will not be smooth. There will be harassment along the way, but we will soldier on until we reach our destination with Kenyans." End quote. Now, netizens were taken by shock with this news and as always expressed their thoughts. But before that, Maina, what do you think about Kiunjuri's new party?
Again, just to bring you up to speed, is that when Kiunjuri was sacked, I was with him at Serena Hotel.
You are with him when he was being sacked?
After he was sacked, he made a press statement. So we were with him when he was making the press statement.
I feel like nimefika. Now I know people.
So, and he told us that that he is going to continue with his political journey. Remember, Kiunjuri is one of the experienced politicians that we have in our country.
Yes.
He first got into parliament in 1987. So this is somebody you can't just ignore in terms of the political games that are happening right now. And you remember when he was unveiling this party the day before yesterday, he was talking of people from other areas, or political operatives are coming up with their own vehicles. Why should he not come up with his? So, and I think for him it's very strategic, given that you cannot be planning, you can Waswahili husema safari ya kesho hupangwa leo. So whatever he is doing right now, he is planning for tomorrow's journey. So, and I think this is very strategic of him. The only thing that I've seen with the citizens, they are complaining of the colors of the of the party. Some of them are accusing him of taking the colors of Del Monte, others blue band. But I can assure you that when you're choosing the color of a political party, you are informed by the ideals that you want to champion with that political party. For me, I saw Mutahingunyi
actually, we're going to come to Mutahingunyi. It's like the first person that we're going to talk about, like when it comes to his comment.
Yes.
But like you said, like his political journey, this is someone who has been there for a very long time.
Yes.
Do you feel like he will get support from people, like from other exterior, leaders, or is he just going to be alone? Nakumbuka yeye ni mtu wa William Ruto.
Yes, you see, for TSP, for Mount Kenya, where Uhuru Kenyatta is going to leave us, is that you might find so many experienced politicians coming up with their own political initiatives. You might see some having political parties, others supporting people from other regions who have political parties. So I can assure you, and yesterday Waiguru actually said that the fight that she is getting in Senate is actually not necessarily about the resources of Kirinyaga, which I totally disagree with her. And she was saying that the fight against her is because of the 2022 arithmetics, the political arithmetics. So you see, for Kiunjuri, this is a vehicle that is going to propel him in terms of bargaining power on Mount Kenya votes. So you can be sure that there will be other political parties within Mount Kenya region. I just hope that they are going to come into consensus and at least have one political party that is going to champion their interests. So I also want to, there's the issue that you have brought on board, and it's a very critical point on issue of whether other politicians are going to join him in this vehicle. And I must remind you that last year there was a caucus that was held in Embu. And there were like 50 MPs that across Mount Kenya region, and people who speak the language that is popular in Mount Kenya. And that tells you, and the person who had marshaled that, or who had who had called that meeting is actually Kiunjuri.
Really?
So this is not somebody you can just dismiss in terms of national politics.
So basically he's here to stay.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if we look at social media, we have at Mutai Ngunyi, who says, I congratulate at Honorable @hon_Kiunjuri for inventing a party, the Service Party, because he is my friend. I will not diss him. But if he was not my friend, I would have told him that the names is holy and that yellow is the color of withering things. But I will not say this to my friend. And then we have at Donald Kipkorir, who says, when Mwangi Kiunjuri was rightfully fired, he threatened us with a tsunami. I didn't know it was to launch a political party whose symbol looks like one for diapers. It must be the worst launch at a political party in history. I can't stop laughing. Really? Come on, guys. And then we have at Murathi David, that is Murathi David M, who says, from afar, I thought Kiunjuri was launching Blue Band, and then I heard he launched a party called the Service Party. In all the years he has served in public service, he has failed in service. I think he should rename his sorry outfit to the Stealing Party. Come on, guys, that's not so nice. And then we have at Amakanji Thomas, who says, Mwangi Kiunjuri launching his political party TSP. He believes it will shade Kenyan's face with tears of joy, with tears of joy face, tears of joy face, and tears of joy face, and all of that. The name service because he wants to serve. Okay, guys, come on. Suffice put later in its place symbol. No, I don't think that's a nice thing to say. And then we have at Mark D. Enya, who says, former Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri launching his new political vehicle, the Service Party, for 2022 election. It's not clear whether it will also be DP William Ruto's political vehicle because it resembles URP, Jubilee Asili. Your thoughts on this? I feel like it's pretty much okay.
You see, I want to start from where Mutai Ngunyi talked of it's a woolly party. But I must tell you that yellow is a color that shows that somebody is ripe. It signifies something that is ripe and it's ready for marketing or in terms of being bought. So I must remind him that Mwangi Kiunjuri choosing the yellow color, it means that he is ripe for national leadership in terms of being elected, because previously he has been holding the elected position that he has been holding is at the MP level. So he, now I think with this political party, he is trying to signify that or symbolize that he is ripe for the national politics. And we shouldn't dismiss somebody. I think the worst mistake a politician or a political operative can do is underestimate somebody. So I think Mutai Ngunyi, he should not rest on his rulers of 2013 where he predicted of the tyranny of numbers and start dismissing political vehicles such as TSP. He might actually find TSP as the wild card of 2022. Oh, 2022, yeah, sure. So,
that's all right.
So I think TSP is a project that is supposed to be looked into it deeply without just dismissing it the face value. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see.
On the blue band issue, on the blue band issue and
the blue band,
and the
okay, just guys being funny. It's all right. I know Makasiriko.
Yeah, and you know Kenyans on social media. They, democracy has given us that opportunity to air our thoughts, say it, whether it will be in a sarcastic manner, whether it will be funny or serious. But you see, our citizens, our Kenyans, they are very brutal on social media. They can actually...
Oh my God, they're so brutal.
They can bully you to the point of even deactivating your account.
It's okay,
so
I know Makasiriko.
Yeah, so I actually urge Mwangi Kiunjuri not to be
discouraged.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
I will tell him the same. And in case if they also need like a social media to cooperate to help out with that. Now, for this next trending hashtag, we'll have to take a look down memory lane with this video.
is the leader of government business, is even more powerful than the former position Honorable Raila Odinga held. Raila Odinga was a prime minister courtesy of the National Accord and Reconciliation Act. I am the leader of government business courtesy of Article 108 of the Constitution. So I don't play the same league with any of his members of parliament. I play a league higher than that of the former prime minister.
Huyu Duale, mimi nilitoa yeye kule alivyokuwa nafanya huko Mombasa. Mimi nilileta yeye hapa Garissa. Nikaweka yeye pamoja na wale maimams ambao walikuwa wanaongozwa na Sheikh Mawia. Si mnakumbuka? Nikamwambia huyu kijana nataka asimame hapa. Ruto na Uhuru walikuwa hawamtaki yeye. Mimi nimetoa yeye kule kwa takataka nikaweka pale juu. Na nikagharimia kampeni yake yote. Sasa kila mahali akienda natusi mimi tu. Natusi mimi tu. Nikasema huyu kijana hana adabu. Huyu ni mwanaharamu. Sawa. Lakini shauri yake. Hiyo mimi nawashia Mungu. Hata watoto wakitusi baba yao unaangalia tu, mimi nahurumia tu.
Now, Garissa Township MP Aden Duale was this week removed as the National Assembly Majority Leader and replaced by Amos Kimunya. Is it Kimunya, right? Yeah. This follows a decision made by the party's parliamentary group meeting chaired by President Uhuru Kenyatta on Monday at the KICC. Seems like this move took most people by surprise, and the statements from the State House say Deputy President William Ruto, Tuju, and a total number of 174 Jubilee coalition members of the National Assembly attended the PG meeting, which lasted, get this, for only 22 minutes. Imagine that. No citizen took this to the interwebs and had a lot to say, as the news had a lot of mixed reaction. But before we go to what the netizen had to say, Maina, your thoughts?
Let me also confirm that I got the privilege of having to enjoy the air or the atmosphere at that moment when they were when they were occasioning this day. That is on Monday. People had good spirits. People are comfortable. Even Kimunya did his press statement, I think, now showing Kenyans that he is now in charge. But I must, from the video that I have seen there, it is true that the position of leader of majority in parliament is actually powerful than the former prime minister, because it is in the constitution. It's a constitutional seat, but the prime minister seat was actually an act from the skirmishes that we experienced after the elections of 2007, 2008. So, but then for maybe the utterances that you have seen from former Prime Minister in Aden Duale from that video, it's more of political rebuttals to each other.
So it's just the banter always there.
Yeah, you know, politics is another area that is taken too serious, but it is essentially a comedy. It's very comical. So, so I think Duale actually did a good job. He was one of the best leaders in the parliament. He actually defended the government even when it was unpopular with some bills. Remember the security bill, remember some of the bills such as the finance bill. So for me, I think he did the government business well in parliament, and it would be very bad for the government of the day to have Duale not as an ally. Remember, he is one of the people who knows how parliament operates. He is a third-term MP, so this is not somebody that you can just ignore in terms of running business in parliament.
Makes sense.
So for I think Uhuru Kenyatta, even when he is trying to de-whip some members of parliament, he should do some political calculations. Is it worth losing somebody like Duale? Is it worth having Duale or at the backbench? Because those people who are at the backbench, these are the people who make utterances that appeal to the public.
Okay.
So when you have such a person not on your side, then I can assure you that the legitimacy of your government is it is at the rate. Yeah.
Now on social media we have at One Face Mwangi who says President Uhuru Kenyatta's selection of Kimunya and Aden Kenan is very telling. Aden was faced murder charges and Kimunya was charged with corruption. Those two will play dirty politics as they spearhead change the constitution movement, except bribery, blackmail, and even murder. And then we have Kalale Steve who says, not surprised at all. Political thuggery continues. Fire everyone who is an association of WSR. This man is Kenyan political engine fought day and night. Go, 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 Doyan. Hashtag Duale. And then we have SC Dog 17 who says, from my keen observation, it's a very sad fact that excessive and much greed is the catalyst of every abusive and destructive power of today's kleptocracy. Yes, I got that. Injustice, corruption, and impunity is what our president is watering. First with tears of joy, Kenyans are very happy, Mr. Revisiting. Hashtag Duale. And then we have that is Juma Carissa who says, what is the need of convening a 30-minute meeting jeopardize the health of all the MPs only to outstar Duale? He could have done it via a communication from State House to all members rather than convene grown-ups to dictate to them. Hashtag President Kenyatta. And then we have Edward Wendiba who says, we are living in interesting times. Hashtag Amos Kimunya in 2008 oversaw the sale of the Grand Regency Hotel, now Lyco, for 2.9 billion and later on resigned. Now he's the majority chief whip controlling the parliament. Hashtag Aden Duale, hashtag KCC, hashtag Guru Kenyatta. Maina.
You see, on the issue of 30 minutes meeting, it was actually 22 minutes.
Yeah.
You see, you cannot commission change in Parliament without calling a PG. You cannot just communicate through social media in terms of Twitter and Facebook to say that I've changed this and this. It is something that has to be even actually be approved by the members of that political party within Parliament. So I think holding a meeting in KCC, it was well thought out. Bearing in mind that State House is at lockdown right now with the increased cases of COVID-19 in the State House. So I think that is well thought out in terms of holding the meeting in KCC. The issue of 22 minutes is what I actually disagree with in terms of how can you be, you see, Jubilee has never had a serious PG since 2017. They just have a 20 minutes meeting and then it is more of a unilateral communication. You don't give the other members a chance to hear their views, even talk about the development, even talk about the agenda that the government of the day has for the country. So the 22 minutes meetings are not well for the country.
It was something to pay so much attention to.
Yeah, exactly. On the issue of Duale and on the issue of Kimunya and Aden Kenan holding office, you see, this actually contradicts the fight against corruption. It actually shows that as long as you are bidding some you are doing the bidding of certain political operatives or certain politicians, then you are clean. Then meupe kama pamba. You see, this actually derails and it actually fights the purpose of having this fight against corruption. And you see, you cannot be having a leader of majority who has corruption cases or who has issues of integrity, and then we are convicting a day after we are convicting a certain member of parliament and actually sentencing him 7 years in jail. This actually fights the purpose of fighting this corruption.
That's what I'm telling you. I keep on saying that corruption in this country, it's one journey that we will always fight. Now, unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today. Maina, thank you so much for coming. And remember, guys, I've been your host, Conchita Lillian. This was the Social Diary, and keep the conversation going on all the social media platforms. Until next time, it is goodbye.